A lot of stuff has happened over the last couple of days, of course, but this is a new day, a new game, and a new opportunity for players to try and make a name for themselves and start the season off right.
Yeah, Florida with a nice little start themselves last night. Of course, a bit of a wacky game. We got the pleasure of commentating that one, and I went to bed quite delirious, it has to be said. But nonetheless, a win is a win. They'll be happy with it. And now looking for a win on this rotation. Scump will shut that down. Will not find the fight onto Vehicle. And the rotation over towards P2 starting to come in. Of course, Optic starting on the more beneficial side. You do want to be starting heading over towards the Cantina. And they got a little lead as well as we head over.
And that's it. That's everything for Optic. If they can hold this against them as well, and that's Dashy with an incredible shot. Staying alive is going to cause problems for the Mutineers. They're not going to be able to find him as three of them go down as well. Did he not see it? I don't think he did, and Vika will eventually get it in a little bit of scrap time. But at the moment, Optic standing happy. They have control of the next hard point. They have the spawns. Just need to keep up the slaying, and they're in a very good position.
I like that from Brewster. Just controlling that side of the map. Making sure that Florida have to then come chase him. It just delays this push that is now coming in. Shotzi with the shots over towards the palm pots, and there's an all phone down. Brilliantly done by the side of Optic Texas. That's going to be plenty of time falling their way. Illy now just allowed to push up the map ever so slightly and slow down that push once more.
So they're still holding very, very strong. Dashy making sure nobody coming through tunnel. The last remaining push really is going to be for them through back alley, but they don't want to put too much pressure on. But keep it on that mini-map. Illy may cause them to chain this if they continue to push this pressure away. They're doing just at the moment. One last fight going down. Of course, Scump is going to win it, and Optic are set up for next. They're looking to push this advantage even further beyond.
That's a good gunfight win, though. They do have numbers here to the Florida Mutineers. The rotation round couldn't have been too many players from the side of Optic Texas, and Florida Mutineers will lock this rotation in. The final 5 seconds over towards P2, starting to tick over towards Optic. And it's about a 60 to 12 point game. Now look at the pinch that's been set up here. I think Florida will probably be aware the spawn came in from Major Maniac pretty close to the hill, so they know a pinch is coming. He's sitting here watching it. Shotzi will be the first to fall, and Illy's going to start flying in here in a second as well. I think that's a streak coming in. It's not done very much, but distract as Illy will find one towards the back, Scum towards the front, and it's an all-out firefight towards this front side. Viko's still alive and kicking, doesn't have any teammates left alone. Hard job here, Bryce.
It is, but Shotzi is more than equal to it. 2 flying into that hill as well. Major Maniac's got stun check there as well. He won't be able to put the pressure on he was hoping for. Doesn't have the corner, but he knows a player's going to be there. Shotzi is holding it down again. And it's going to be Optic continuing to put the pressure on with the slaying. And Shotzi again jumping through. He is 11-3 right now and on a 4 streak.
Yeah, he's having a hellish start to the game, and has to be said. This time around, though, it is going to be Florida Mutineers first to the new hill. Setting themselves up in a position so they can't be pushed through this Cantina side. Little shoulder from Scump. Information gained. Hunting down Havoc as quickly as they can. Pinch starting to slowly be set up, and he's just unfortunately being caught with his pants down. Scump, Dashy combining well. This is absolutely flawless so far from the side of Optic Texas. Brack will be taken down. There's your break. It's as clean as a whistle, Brycey. Optic Texas starting to walk away with this one.
Yeah, Major Maniac was the only player causing a bit of problem here for Optic, and he's still alive, and it means they can't get effectively across to where they want to be, and that has allowed the Mutineers to get back into position.
Get themselves inside, and Barbershop's still under their control, just about, some way, somehow. Pico trying to stay alive, does find one. Can he find a second at a Dashy as well? The shots are there. The final kill, although not going to be there. Dashy knows he's reloading. He'll start the rush. But look at the rotation coming in. It has to be said for the Florida Mutineers there. Things were looking pretty grim, but they stopped the bleeding ever so slightly. Rotation belongs to them as well as we head over now towards P5. Starting to lock this one in towards the courtyard. These next couple of gunfights are so important. There's 3 for Brack on the transition. Fantastically done. And this is a perfect opportunity for Mutineers to try and close that gap. It's about 50 or so. It may well be less than that after this hill.
Scott trying to see if he can see anything as well, but the Mutineers are locked in. This is not an easy break for them. There's just too many guns in the way. Optic all go down. We'll have to spawn back up and figure this one out from a different angle. Already, though, they're trying to push this one out. Illy takes down the first player. Will Optic push through the little cut? That mid-cut is a dangerous proposition. Scott goes for it as well, and he does manage to get Vehicle, but there's just not enough Optic players there to convince anything is going to change. Brack with a 5-streak as well. We're off to the next set of rotations. Hopefully Optic can do a bit better.
Oh, this is a big win. The spawn outs start to come in. When it comes down to Modern Warfare 2, if you are in control of the hill and you can't spawn there, you are then forced to spawn over towards next. That's why we've seen these hills start to get changed. Florida Mutineers with a perfect opportunity to do so here. Beagle may be a little bit overzealous with that push, but Mutineers have a couple of players here trying to disrupt what is looking like a potential rotation for Optic Texas. Havoc will find one, needs a little bit of help though. He's not going to get it quite yet, as Beagle will then come in for the trade. He's in and around the hard point. They have broken through, but split spawns coming across the board here could get a bit chaotic.
Beagle trying to get up top here, trying to see who you can find. And he's found Dashy as well. I think he knows about that second player. He is waiting for Scump. Scump, though, holding it down and going to get a kill as well. Vehicle tries to get in. Eventually will get that headshot nailed through. 30 seconds here remaining on this hill. Mutineers will have the better numbers, but they don't have a Shotzzy who tries to break in. And it hasn't worked out for Optic yet, as the Florida Mutineers will go into the lead.
And these last two hills have been really profitable for the side of Florida. People trying to stay alive. Too light. Oh, not going to happen. Scump will be there for the trade. 15 seconds to play with. Rotation now. Coming on over towards P7. It's going to be Florida Mutineers that get the benefit of that spawn once again. If you push this late, the team who are in control of the spawn and the majority of the time going to get a spawn for new. It's a bit of a pinch setting up by the side of Optic Texas though. You need to start moving. Pushing through blue is really the optimum situation here, but you need to start winning some gunfights. That's 3 that go Florida's way. An elite change en route here as well. 150 to 135 Florida. Good time on the board here.
Just trying to be careful here. Optic trying to find any sort of gap, but Major Maniac is closing the door in their face. Shotzzy eventually finding Brack Dashy, trying to stay alive. Just contesting for now, keeping this neutral while they're in a worse position. The pressure will come his way, as Vehicle has found 2 as well. Dashy eventually going to find Major Maniac. Does a huge amount of work for it, hoping for reinforcements from his teammates.
Vehicle having a hell of a game at 17 and 12. Will eventually fall. Optic will get themselves inside the point as we head into another rotation of hills. Florida Mutineers spawning close though, so they'll try and keep them off it. That 12 points may well be crucial towards the end of the game. They only lost yesterday's hard point on Mercado by 13 points. And every single one counts. Rotations coming in over towards this next set of rotations though, and well, it's going to be the side of Florida Mutineers in the more prime position when it does come down towards P2, and they're in the lead heading into the second set of rotations as well.
Yeah, the lead is slight but real, and you can see at the moment that both teams fight for positioning around P1. Don't expect a ton of time on this hill in the second rotation. It's going to be more about who can put that pressure on towards Cantina, who can get in there and try to flip these spawns out for next, and it's going to be Shotzzy with a huge kill. He's now going to be a problem for the Mutineers. They are going to reinforce through that back alley and take pressure off of P1. It's a good position, but Shotzzy is still going to be alone.
One of the key rotational players in the game, and has to be said. You'll see him really light things up throughout the air, I would say. We expect it to come from him, but the smart plays, the sneaky plays, nobody really does it better. Doesn't necessarily work out that time around. P2 control, very much there for the side of Florida Mutineers, and that is maybe an overstep by the side of Major Maniac. Now there can be a pinch. Start to get set up. Try and get a weird little angle on top of the wall. That's going to be the play, but the pinch is not what's going to happen. It's going to be a 4-man push through the alley of Barbershop. And it hasn't worked out so far. Bryce, 2 kills for Brack.
Scump has managed to get 1 back, and he's hopefully going to team up with Shotzzy here and do something to alleviate the pressure. The Mutineers are in such a good position, though. They just have more numbers. Scump at the top of the stairs trying to fight for it. Hasn't worked out for him. Illy now crouching on the top, gets 1 kill. That gives them an opening, an opportunity to break this one. And with Dashy getting that second kill, Optic can finally put the pressure on.
30 seconds remaining on this P2. Keep an eye on players starting to rotate. Florida getting a close spawn though, so they want a little bit more of this one. You've got to be careful not to overcommit, but it is an overcommitment if you win the gunfights. The answer is no. 15 seconds to play for here. It's only Shotzzy who can really slow this down. Rotation belongs to Florida. Lead belongs to Florida. Scrap belongs to Florida. Everything working out in their favor at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's one of Optic's biggest failings maybe on this map. They haven't won as many rotations as they would like to. But with Florida set up last time around, it's been a very powerful hill for them. Shotzzy, though, with 1 kill. Havoc trying to stay alive. Vehicle and Shotzzy combining for 3, and only Brack can hide here at the top. They're probably going to be looking for him. They figured it out as well, and Dashy takes him down. It's been a quick and effective break from Optic Gaming, and now they are in a position to take this lead and push them into lethal range.
It's a wonderful break, but Shotzzy gets through just far too freely. Nobody from the side of the Florida Mutineers concentrating on the back alley, and that's where they get punished from. Illy finds 2 on the break-in, and those trophies are really going to slow things down here for the side of the Florida Mutineers. This is a crucial map now for Optic Texas. We know how good Florida were yesterday in Search and Destroy. It'll be a hell of a scalp if they can take Mercado here. Map number 1, not going to happen though for the Florida Mutineers, specifically on this hill. It's a chunky little lead for the side of Texas now as we head back over towards Cantina, but we're going upstairs.
Oh, Shotzi! Dive straight through. And can they manage to work this out here? Because that is an incredible break. If they can hold this off as well, they could be able to chain it. The pressure now is going to be on the Florida Mutineers. Optic have done just enough. Shotzi get another kill. Scum going down the back, and it's not going to be able to do anything but get 2 kills, and Scum clears them out. And that is outrageous. The King has just broken the hill. He's on a 5 streak. They are now in position to finish this game.
Shotzi on a 6 as well. 10 seconds for Florida to get there some way, somehow towards the barbershop. You've just got to hit it, and Dashi is ready and waiting. One more player who can get there. I don't know if it's going to happen. Shotzi locks it down. That's an Optic Texas map number 1 win.
It didn't look good for some of those rotations. It didn't. They kept losing rotation.
But we got the not so small issue of a couple of games online to get through first, of course. Very excited to see how the rest of these games today play out, how next weekend plays out, because as you talk about so often, it's all about the benchmarking at the beginning of the season. Super interested to see how it goes as we head into map number 2, Optic Texas. Everything looking rosy this time around.
There's going to be a restart. There's going to be a sniper from Millie, just checking out the B bomb. Nobody giving an opportunity yet. Will Brack peak just a bit too far? At the moment, you also see a little bit of a push on the minimap. I think it's Havoc being aggressive.
Illy looking for the picks. Optic just sitting nice and passively here. I like the positioning from Havoc. Starting to slowly make his way around, but Brack, you're a brave little boy. That's a angle you don't want to pick on too often, but Havoc will find that kill, and he'll get himself out as well. So now Optic Texas in a peculiar position. Havoc up there causing chaos, as he usually does in Search and Destroy. It's a 4v3 now for the side of the Florida Mutineers.
Wow, this is the problem. Optic really don't have map control. They're going to have to figure this out. Havoc might be able to get another kill here, but time is running out. Optic have played this one really slowly, and now they don't really have a lot of places to go. Got to be an aggressive push towards A now. Major Maniac will be the player who sees them first. That will be called out as well. Nade going out, trying to stay alive. Knows his pressure coming through, only finds one. Pre-fire going into Dashi. And eventually the teammates will come through as well. And Optic, no time, no way to move, are going to fall in the first round.
Nicely done. And it just comes off that pick from Havoc, to be honest with you. Because he finds that in the position he is in, over towards Office, Optic are then right. Okay, that's an issue for us, but so we can't push out that way without probably, at best, a trade. Havoc could be sitting in any weird little corner. So now what do we do? And they just take their time, wait to see if a pick falls their way, wait to see if Havoc is maybe too aggressive and gets caught out. None of those things come true, and all of a sudden you've got to make a decision on which way to go. And they fall into Major Maniac, who's well set up. Racked up. Ready for the push starting to come out. It's an absolute firefight over towards B. Ellie trades it back. As Vigil found Shotzi, it's a 3v3. Gotta chal it. Gotta chal it.
Scump and Lily. And that is a cleanup.
And it is just about Major Maniac now. Bomb is down, but not in a good spot. Scump will find the shots. Nicely done.
Simple and clinical. I'll tell you something. Optic looks to have a very, very clean retake there, and this is always the interesting thing. I said when we jump on S&D the first part of the season, these kind of working on Dashi's really having fun off the top, but I think both teams obviously you try and hold stuff back, you know, your usual breaks and everything. You know the other team's going to know where you usually should be. And the same thing comes with retakes, right? Like, you know which areas to check. And I think Optic were very, very slick in kind of countering that so fast.
Aggression, though, from the side of Mutineers, something that we did expect. The aggression won them the round in round number 1, of course, with Havoc pushing up, not necessarily working out that time around for them. Just comes to an all-out firefight. Optic Texas are not one of those teams you want to pick one of those battles with. At least it has to be said. Havoc once again aggressive across the scene. Holds his grenade because Vehicle is already there. Brack is there with the counter as well, and Illy might have the sniper, but Brack has the angle. Now 3 versus 2. Dashi and Scump not in a good position. Don't have the bomb. Havoc is sneaky. Dashi is dead, and Scump's left all alone.
1v3 for Scump. It would also be the ace. He's got to kill early on. He's going to pop the dead. He's looking for it. Flies out. Sees the shoulder, does. Eventually sees Havoc. That's down. 1 versus 2.
Benjamin out watching the cross. The problem for him here is that he does not have the bomb. And this is going to be a tough gunfight.
Does he see him? Oh, I think he saw a shoulder. He did. The pixels are there. He's looking for it. Not quite able to get it. 33 seconds left on this clock here for Scump.
Although
He's heard a breakout there as well. It's not a good position for Scump now. Players against him. He's trying to get it, almost gets Vehicle. And there's a chow coming through. But Major Maniac will not let the dream and shuts it down before Scump can do any more damage.
A valiant effort, it has to be said. I think it's unfortunate though, you know, that slight shoulder peek from Major Maniac. If he can find the kill there, then all of a sudden it is so doable. He had time on his side. But as soon as those shots come through, Vehicle's on his way over, and it's all of a sudden a very, very difficult situation for Scump. So Mutineers finding another defensive round. And for me, again, it's Havoc. He's just pushing forward, finding awkward little spots and setting up Mutineers in fantastic positions. But a couple of good pushes from Vehicle as well, having a good game himself at 4-1. 2-1 now to the side of Mutineers. Vehicle straight through the front door, and Havoc is there, and they just went full aggression over towards A. Something out the playbook here from the Florida Mutineers.
Yeah, pull him a little bit flat-footed, but Scump is there on the flank. Can he find the second? Unfortunately, Vehicle will find it, but it brings it down to a 2 versus 3 and takes them off the bomb.
Slight misread.
Shotzi's a mile away.
It has to be said, a slight misread by the Florida Mutineers there. They find the push over towards A and Scump walks straight through the middle of the map and finds a kill towards the back. So that's really slowed down this push.
Oh, Dashi!
And Dashi reads that so easily. Major Maniac pops himself up and says, yeah, have a free kill. 2v2.
That is outrageous reads. Doesn't even hesitate. Gets ready for the Major Maniac peak. Back to 2 versus 2. Dead silence popped. He's going back in. At the moment, Shotzi's still in the corner, just watching all of B. Oh, timing hit for him as well. Dashi again. Now a 1 versus 2 for Vehicle. And these two will now combine. Dashi will still have that dead silence. It reset for him. Vehicle's going to be up top. Oh, he doesn't make the jump, though. I wonder if that was a misplay or whether he decided to go down in the end. But he's going to get pinched here as well. An Optic clutch up. Florida Mutineers, they started off incredibly, but they do not end the round with anything less than defeat.
Ugh. That's a first blood push over towards A. Huge opportunity for Mutineers to get this one done. But honestly, it's scummed through the mid-map. I mean, it's kind of just one of them, like, oh, well, let's see what happens. But the fact that he's able to push forward and Mutineers are not watching that cut, that one's going to sting. Because that's a free kill for Scump. It completely negates the bomb plant that could potentially be coming through. And there will be an inquisition from the Florida Mutineers about that one. Setup not quite there. Kind of rings true to what we've seen from their hardpoint game. The initial thoughts are always quite good. The initial bricks are always quite decent. But when it comes to it, there is holes in whatever defense they do seem to have at any given moment.
And I'll be disappointed with that. Because the aggressive push may not work again.
Making noise. They're just making noise over towards A. They were pushing over towards B. That bomb is now down. It's all of a sudden a 2v2.
Oh, lots of fight going on. Scum is chasing him with the tails. Brack somehow gets out of it. Straight back down to 2 versus 2. And Scum is putting bullets in everybody, but nobody's going down. And somehow Brack gets him. It's back onto Dashi. Incredible last time. Can he do it again? I think he's seen Vehicle this time.
Does see him, sends the grenade out.
Oh, the shadow
connects. Oh, you would have seen him. Dead silence play to be made. Straight through the middle. Florida Mutineers be on a swivel here. He's gonna see them. Oh, they're lined up for just a second. The shots in the Vehicle are good, but not good enough. Dashi, every single round is offering opportunities up to Optic Texas. Isn't able to take it that time around. HCod just turns around at the right moment. The bullets were there, but the headshot multiplier going to work out for the young Spaniard. HCod getting the job done.
And you thought just for a second it would line up for them again. Mutineers doing just enough work there, and Scump's got to be feeling a little bit sick about that. There were so many bullets he put into players. Eventually went down, but Mutineers leading this 3-2, but it has been a very scrappy S&D so far. Bracco. Stun checked. That means he will kind of have to slow it down. Lily with his sniper out as well. Brackler will end up finding Shotzi. Will Lily be able to equal it up? And he does! What a snipe on a Major Maniac. 3 versus 3.
Gets out as well. Look at this position, though. Quite literally in the hornet's nest if you're Scump. And you are in a superb position. And you can see what Optic Texas have done here. The Dashi and Ilya are like, yeah, well, we don't need to be here. Scump has literally got this on lock. Easy kill. There you go. And now the rest of Optic can still sit tight. If you're Florida Mutineers, you go, how on earth have I just literally been killed from top office? Scump now over towards top bathroom. This is such a good spot for Optic to be in.
Florida Mutineers, at the moment, they're trying to figure this out. Can we go B? They're worried someone's around here, so they're checking every single angle for it first. They don't see what we see. Keep an eye. I think Beagle may try switching bomb sites here, and Optic may go for a wrap. The timing is absurd, but I think Illy may have either heard something or has figured this one out.
He's heard something. Yep, he's definitely heard something. Here comes the peek, and Brack, you might have a sniper, but I've got a better one. The shot to the pistol. Oh my god! The accuracy is absurd once again from Illy.
Well, that man's going to be looking for his toes as they've now spread all over the car park. It's all right. I'll shoot what I can see. Huge amount of confidence. Doesn't even hesitate to take the shot. And it's back all tied up by Optic. And it's just that play by Scump, I think, it threw Florida Mutineers through a loop. They thought they had control and they didn't.
That's the killer, has to be said. You think you've got complete control. And all of a sudden, there's an Optic Scumpy upstairs right behind you.
Slow peek again here. Illy looking for that first blood. He doesn't see Major now, but Major's going to get him first.
That's not an angle you would have thought of. Yeah, that's not an angle you would have thought that Major Maniac would be taken up, and he's not someone who will miss the opportunity. Oh my god, Brack will see you again in round number 7.
Dashi doesn't need a sniper. That M4 don't miss. Here we go, Scump and Havoc. About to probably engage in the toilets, and Scump figures it out as well. He knows where Havoc's going to be. The unbelievable reads, everything Florida Mutineers are trying. They had the first blood, and since then, it hasn't gone well for them. I think Major Maniac also got some bad timing there at the same time. Daddy's going to be popped.
I like this.
All the way around.
Because Scump will think, yeah, okay, I've got that side covered. But look at this wrap from Optic Texas. All the way over towards A. Major Maniac thinks he's played an absolute blinder with this push over towards B. He's in no man's land, and all of a sudden, Vehicle A is going to be very, very dead immediately. Although he's down to okay. Call out must have come through from the side of Major Maniac. Must have seen him.
Scump is fully taking control of top round after round.
Surely he's hearing him, yeah.
Oh, he has. Scump has heard him. Scump has heard him. Oh, Major Maniac wins it, but Shotzi is waiting for the trade. And that could have been disastrous. Major Maniac won that gunfight, but Shotzi was ready. That is teamwork. That's putting him just ahead here. Florida Mutineers keep seeming to do things right, and then it just goes wrong for them. Kind of reminds me of the hard point.
Yeah. It's a tough one. It's just those final little tweaks here and there. It feels like Florida are not far away from being a really solid team. There's a couple of mistakes, but those mistakes so far have been costly. That's a tough one, though. I kind of like the play from Major Maniac to wrap back around, thinking that it's B-Flank coming on through, but Optic switched it up at the final moment. Let's see. Round number 8 we go.
It's aggressive here. The Mutineers are getting this down fast. Shotzi already getting a first blood, though. Havoc will get one back on the Scump, and just a peek there in the second. Havoc and Brack combining. That bomb is now down, and Illy and Dashi are left in a 2 versus 3.
Gotta find this first kill. And you got to find it quickly. Is Brack going to pick it, though? Is he going to pick it at the wrong time? It's the slightest of shoulders. I'm surprised the challenge didn't come up because Illy now has an M4. He's quite happy to challenge something himself. Vehicle will fall 2v2.
They've sent Dashy. They're like, figure out where he is, and Dashy wins the gunfight! There's no way he should have run this havoc now to 1 versus 2, but time is against him. Sorry, time's on his side. He just has to play this patient. Has to check the bomb, and he's going to win the gunfight. The defuse comes in instantaneously. Wasn't in time, it was close. I think it was in time, and it is going to be in time. What a retake from Optic. That is insane.
Calamitous to the Florida Mutineers. Absolutely.
Package. We need to watch that round again.
That's absolutely calamitous. Oh, he hears him and just snaps, and he's smashing the square button of his controller to try and get that one defused.
I mean, we also got to talk about Dashy.
Oh, that was an absurd
up top on Brack. And the drop shot behind the door.
There's 3. Illy's first onto vehicle, the drop shot behind the door from Dashy, and then Illy snap and immediately defuse. Optic Texas all of a sudden 5-3 up.
Outrageous. We jump back and forth with the attacking team, and Illy and Major Maniac almost come to blows, but Major Maniac goes for it, but it will be a hit marker, and already kills are flying down. It's down to a 3 versus 3 already. Hit
marker comes through, and that grenade follows it up. The call out would have come in immediately from Illy, and look where Shotzi is just being annoying. A bullet in the shoulder. I don't think my thumbs even moved that fast. Scump will find a kill. It's a 3 versus 2. About to be a 3 versus 1. I say that 2v2. Good gunfight win from Vehicle. And all of a sudden, Optic Texas are a little bit at sea here. Florida Mutineers don't have a lot of information themselves, but you got to be careful not to pick this. Illy, there's the sniper. There's Vehicle dead. 2v1.
Well, can Brack find something this time? He knows that there was a sniper out there before. Dead silence popped, giving him freedom of movement to move around as fast as he would like. Is he going to see Illy, or is Illy going to see him? But the stun check comes in. They know where he's going to be now. And he sees Illy, who's just peeking it left and right.
Scump's on his way. You can't see him on the minimap, but he's on his way. Brack will find the shots into Illy. Yeah, there's the trade. Optic Texas 2 to the good.
It certainly is. And at the moment, Shotzi having some great stats in there, but we won't really talk too much about stats on this control, and I'm sure you'll know why. But obviously, we look forward to seeing how this one does play out between these two teams. At the moment, we are heavily favoring Optic to take this. The momentum in this game, the state that they look to be in, is phenomenal. Can Florida Mutineers force a comeback, though? Can they start even potentially a reverse win?
Big map control coming in from Florida Mutineers off the rip. Gonna try and force over towards B. These next couple of kills are really influential. Illy will find the first. Illy will find the second. Like, he wasn't even there. Major Maniac already dead, and now they can try and find themselves a push up. But Brack will maybe punish them for being a bit overzealous. Nonetheless, it's bottom bedrooms for Scump. Finds 2. It's aggressive starts to the control.
Reinforcements again. Coming over towards B point, and he's somehow still alive. Illy can't believe it. Illy cannot believe he's still alive. Fortunately, 2 teammates clearing it up, but and will eventually be rebuffed. And it is being a bit of a blender at the moment. You can see Florida Mutineers determined to headbutt their way into this B. Hasn't worked out for them. The guns of Optic are firing. On the other side of it, an A push coming in from the Florida Mutineers. They have to get past Shotzi, though.
And look how scared they are to push through. They're just presuming that there will be players pushed up here from the side of Optic Texas, and here comes Shotzi. Dead silence popped, and here we move forward. The other side of Mutineers, though, you need to stop this time, as Scump will find one on the exit of it, and Shotzi is still just playing with them here. Staying alive for the rest of his team now to come try and help him back up. 13 seconds is absolute menace in towards Kitchen. It's going to be a 4th. This is absurd from Shotzi. It's a masterclass. My goodness me. Somebody get a trade.
Oh, Shotzi, 6-0. Don't die for 5 seconds, my friend. It's a flawless control round. And Florida Mutineers, 0.4 seconds left. They are getting onto B.
He's on his way over. Couches, will he die? No, he won't. And he's running in time to avenge his teammate. Well, all of a sudden, there's 2 players left over towards B. You need to get them off. Actually, this is good progress by the side of Florida Mutineers. They're extending. They're extending. That's another minute gone, and the more preferred site to push towards. There's going to be an issue. Shotzzy still alive.
Oh, there's playing your life, and then there's 8-0 on a control round, but B going away from them, they probably won't be too worried. They just got to make sure they don't make any huge mistakes here. Florida Mutineers need perfect COD to break themselves back into this game and this round. But they are being held out at every single break.
Oh, it's a hard push. Optic have had time. And those lives. Just not a good spot for Florida Mutineers to be in here, but the time even worse. Shotzzy, alive in kitchen. Surely he doesn't continue to survive, does he?
Oh, there he goes. 9-0 streak with Dash. He's going to get his trade. But Brat gets 2, and they're now diving in. It's a 5 versus 17. No time remaining. Scub's going to be there. Havoc around the back looking for a hero play. Can he make it? No, he cannot. Illy shuts him down. Time running away. And it is an incredible performance from Optic Texas. Florida Mutineers did the best to come back into that game, but Shotzzy was just running through kitchen like he owned the place.
Oh, honestly, I got a little bit lost in the sauce during this moment. I was just absolutely wild. And you could say... and the funny fact is that Florida Mutineers, in that sort of situation, they expected Shotzzy to be in that area, and yet still could not do anything about it. Absurd players from the young phenom, that is Shotzzy. Optic Texas 1 to the good. It is a defensive hold-on control, something you would expect, it has to be said, but in a strong manner. I think they'll be disappointed to have lost B, though. Those games you'll have to think about a little bit. It's come down to Tix to get the defensive hold over towards that final round, if we do indeed see it. Initial break over towards B. Doesn't work out for the side of Optic.
It doesn't, but they must be riding high, and let's find out how they feel in the comms with an Optic Texas. Listen in.
I'm a little better right now.
One just popped daddy on me.
I'm seeing the one guy's right there. Right
I don't see the guy B.
there.
Go say me. Go say that. I got the guy.
Peek out, there's nothing out.
Go one peek on. Go north side. Peek on.
I'm getting in this wall. I'm in this wall. I'm in this wall. They're spawning back.
Just go on B. Just go B.
Yeah.
Beacon, one shot, Vico.
Where'd he go?
He went to. I think he's walking across.
I'm spawning one.
Yo, one guy's our low hallway, guys. He's going up the stairs, maybe?
Yo, main dead.
Yeah, I spawned. Where
One guy's on me, Karam. One guy's on me, Karam.
Where's Byron Brennan? Is he in?
Yeah,
On top of me.
Or he's in Karam.
Yo, I spawned there.
Cool,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, pushing up.
You got me.
I think he's our side
Yeah,
here.
I'm coming out. He's on you for sure.
Yep.
He bricks.
On top of
I'm
me.
staying on point.
I have their side.
Brandon, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm getting up. I'm just getting up.
He's out. Go.
I'm looking the rugs.
I'm watching your bench. I have your bench.
Oh, yeah, I have the large.
I'm taking their side.
Fun.
I might contest this. Watch out.
Yeah, one guy's going their bricks right now.
I have you watch bricks. One of us.
Watch bricks, one
I bricks.
One shot. Are you? Watch out you. One guy's bricks, right?
Bricks. Hit on.
Let's get this.
2-2. Try. I'm going double.
For these guys. That's
Yeah.
fine. One guy's low band.
They're spawning spa.
Are you? I'm pushing on that.
The one's in their back before on me.
Yeah, there's spawning small right here.
Yeah, they're spawning spa.
Yep.
I'm trying to cut off
I'm working around with you.
I'm cutting off spawn.
In the back.
I have top right bed.
One more here. One more in the back.
I'm watching it. Go, on the pillar, one shot.
I got one lobby.
Weak before.
Are you? Yeah, I'm
Watch out that.
Nice,
I got him.
yo,
It's 20 white.
We're missing one, right? We're missing one bed.
Missing one.
In our bed. In our bed.
They're flying from me. He's top lobby. They're lobby.
No, I'm taking my mini. He's still there.
Work pitches. We're good.
Top bed.
Wait for this guy at top bed.
Yeah, I'm top bed right now.
I'm coming top bed. Give me a second, set.
What bricks?
Yo, one guy's main right now. Main one back.
Low bed, absolute major. Low bed,
one
absolute.
shot. Or Brack, top our bed.
All right, Optic trying to figure out this Florida Mutineers defense, but they are certainly in high spirits is the only way I'll put that one. At the moment, Florida Mutineers are holding them away from it.
They've done well here, Florida. The flanks around have not really worked out for the side of Optic Texas. Initial one looked the strongest opportunity so far, but they couldn't make it stick. Benjamin Havoc finding 2 important kills here with 18 seconds to go. One last roll of the dice here. Havoc, though, in this sort of position, this is just going to cause so many problems. Even if he doesn't find that kill there, he's in such a good spot for the Florida side.
Scum makes a kill, though. Havoc's going to be in a great position, though, to put the dagger in. And they have to deal with it. They have to try and split their fire between the two of them. Shotzzy makes a huge kill, though. And managed to hold away. Dashy gets the second one. How have they done that? They had to shoot 2 directions, and they've won both gunfights. And now Florida Mutineers are not near. That second tick is rocketing forward. The third is upon us. And they have to jump. They have to fly. And they've done it. Optic Texas from nowhere with no time and the positioning against them somehow get the control control point. Every gunfight.
Heartbreak for the Mutineers. And honestly, the way that Havoc plays that, I'm on board with every single step. But you can't get a gun like that. Dashy with the M4, admittedly, is always going to be in a stronger position than when you've got a Vaznev, but it's one of those moments. The awareness from Dashy on top of the shots being crisp and clean. And as soon as Havoc's dead, it's panic stations for Florida. They're 2-0 down in the game. They're 2-0 down in the series. Do or die now.
Well, Florida are going to be very, very stressed at this point. One potential round away from going out. So let's find out how they are feeling with the Florida Mutineers. Listen in.
Yeah. I think couches, they can full pinch. I have red door only.
I didn't send them storage.
Let's do 2-2 like we spoke about, boys. Yeah, I'm gonna go single here. We might get shot in the ass, though.
I'm gonna stand Gucci. Give me a second.
He's right side setting.
He's dead.
I'm hitting single. I can hit single. You guys want to wrap? No, I hit single. I hit single.
I'm coming
Well,
single.
couches. I got spawn spa. I got spawn spa.
Couches, Dashy.
I'm looking spa.
I don't know if he's spot. Are you sure?
Nah, he should, bro. He should. Yeah, he's laying down there. Can you flank him?
Yeah,
I went to D1. D2 dead. D2 dead. Nice.
Nice, that's him.
I got spawn plat. Top plat. Alright, listen. I'm gonna dive out to the heady.
Top plat weak. Top plat weak. I'm gonna down.
Play for scump, Cole. Play for scump.
Heard that.
I'm good, bottom bed. Bar.
I'm watching you.
Scump pushing through there. Pushing through there. Alright, yo, get on point. Get on point. Look over you guys. Top down, Yeti. Make sure I can't get pinned.
I'm watching my low bed.
Bottom bed.
Bottom bed. Lighten me up. Ivy guys' pinch.
Trap bottom bed.
Careful. Couches. Bar one shot. Bar one shot. Bar corner one shot.
Couches and bar. Couches.
There, left.
More couches.
You went towards single, I think.
No, he went towards our side couches. He's our side of couches. Hit around the back again. You heard he's our side of couches.
Yeah, he is. He's still there. Still no weak. No weak.
I have my own single.
He's still couches. No weak.
One's Gucci. One's Gucci.
Couches weak for you.
Couches dead.
Nice, go in.
We should cut.
Oh, bottom bed.
Gucci dead.
Bottom bed, Illy. And
Yeah, I'm trying to get top bed fast.
Yo. What's on point?
Yeah, bottom bed,
Weak on
D2.
black box. I'm needing it. Need it. Went to the right. Spending it. I'm gonna chop on bed.
Okay.
I killed one top bed.
Nice.
One's back.
Oh, bottom plat. One shot.
Bottom bed.
He went bottom bed.
Bottom
bed dead.
Nice, go in.
That's both bed. One single on me.
That was both bed.
I spawn bed side. They're gonna be middle.
They didn't push
No,
bed yet.
I'm in.
Okay,
One's gonna be bar. I think one's gonna be bar.
Looking bar. Nothing bar.
I need
hitting
over
over.
for us.
I can keep holding mid. You guys gotta work the point though.
Okay, I need him on point.
I can get him point. He's D1.
Well, Florida Mutineers are stacking ready for this one. It is about to go down. Every single player is here. Dashy will get that first blood. Illy will get the second. And the Florida push comes to nothing. Illy with the third. And Major Maniac trying to do damage control now. And he eventually finds Shotzi. Tries to get another one through and not going to be able to. At the moment, Optic are holding.
Still plenty of time, though. And I really like what Optic have been doing. Pushing through, having somebody in bed, even that upper or lower, it always seems to work out for the defensive side spawn. And always making that push up towards top lights. You spawn Mutineers out so far away. What was 40 seconds? It's 20 seconds for a push nearly every single time. Florida Mutineers have got one more bite of the cherry here. Shotzi Scump getting the job done. Up 2 kills falling through, 15 seconds to go.
There's a wall of fire every time they try and hit this. They have one last opportunity just to get somewhere near, and they've already lost Mikal as Shotzi stays alive. No, he's down. Back and Havoc have got 2. Dashy and Scump. Can they find something? And they found one. Major Maniac is stopping the clock by himself. Reinforcements flooding in for Florida. Vehicle gets another. And now Optic are scrambling. Their second tick is in. They're now flying at the point, trying to another player jumping on board. And then trying to get it, but it's a contest. And eventually goes down. It's still coming through. Scump's going as well. And it's just so close. But Optic stop it. They stop it in the end. A fraction of a tick, a 0.8 of a second.